We mentioned it briefly there, Steven Gerrard, and he's been the talk of a lot of debate over the last couple of weeks about his position in this side, and I noticed on our YouTube comments quite a lot of people don't really want him in the side at the moment.
Yeah, I don't see who we've got to replace him, to be honest. I mean, his form is decent enough. I mean, he's not what he was 5 years ago, for instance, but he's made a good job of that position, I think, and I don't think there's anyone else at the club who could play him.
No.
Not at the moment.
I said when we were talking about 3 at the back on the subscriber shows this week that if we were to switch it to 3 at the back, I don't quite know where Gerrard fits into that. But maybe there's an argument. Maybe you could look at it the other way as well. And if we weren't to use Gerrard in the team, maybe 3 at the back becomes the best system then, because we've not really got anyone who can play that low and deep role. So you maybe feel you needed to put 2 in there. Maybe then having 3 defenders behind them and the attacking midfielder Sterling as is, would suit the squad.
Well, I think you're right there, to be honest. But I would say for me that the only person that I see that could play that deep role is Joe Allen. He's not got the long range passing of Steven Gerrard, but he can definitely cover the ground and recycles possession so well that I could see him sort of transitioning between defence and attack quite well. But wouldn't it be a surprise today if we went 3 at the back and Steven Gerrard went centre back? How funny would that be?
Yeah, bigger surprise than doing 15 minutes of a live stream with no sound. So, I mean, thanks very much if you just joined us. Welcome. You'll have probably been banging your head off the fucking wall for the first 10 minutes of things. Like I said, first time doing this, 1 or 2 teething problems. But yeah, I think yeah, if you've already missed, we'll go over and do the tactics again in a second.
That brilliant thing you said before.
Oh, it was so good, was it? It's like Chris the best thing I've ever said.
Chris cracked everyone up and he's missed it, and so there you go. I'll tell you what, Chris, do you want to transition back over to your...
Yeah, what am I crawling this time? Hang on, Dave's going to show this.
Yeah, so basically, thank you very much for joining us. Our very first of a live match day broadcast. It's going fantastically well, as you can tell so far. It's looked spectacular. I hope you've seen just how good it's actually looked. But yeah, we have actually been talking about some very interesting stuff. Do get in touch. Thanks very much for tweeting me at the Redmen TV and letting us know we've had technical issues. The beauty of social media. I'm joined, of course, by Chris Page, John Machin, and Jack Hart. We're going to go over to Chris momentarily to have a look at the starting 11 for Liverpool, which we did at the top of the show, which again looked fantastic. But obviously we're going to do it this time with a little bit of audio. Chris, are you good to go over there?
I am good to go. I'm back in position. I've got my lucky double-decker again. It's great, I can use exactly the same jokes as before. Yeah. So, we're obviously starting with Simon Mignolet in goal. Javier Manquillo getting a start at right back with Lovren and Sacco. Centre-backs, Alberto Moreno is fit and he's playing left-back. Now, I think it's going to be a 4-4-2 diamond. Steven Gerrard in the defensive midfielder role. Hello, mate. Jordan Henderson and Joe Allen, centre midfielders. Sterling, for me, is the top of the diamond. And Sturridge and Super Mario Balotelli up top. Some interesting points here, Paul. First of all, what I'd like to pick up on is the front three. Yeah. Sterling, Sturridge and Balotelli, if you would. What do you think about those three?
Potentially, I think the most dangerous front three. If look, it's all about balance.
In world football?
Potentially.
Maybe Real Madrid or Barcelona?
Real Madrid and Barcelona. You have to excuse any in-jokes here. Like, we've done this once, we're going to do it again. If Balotelli settles in and clicks, and the thing about Balotelli for me, Chris, is that I had the debate between Sturridge and him in my fancy team this week, and you know what? I've been quite vocal that I'm not thrilled by the Balotelli sign, and yeah, he needs to impress for me. I want to see if he's a change man. I want to see if he brings more to his general all-round work ethic, and can he translate onto the pitch for Liverpool. But that being said, top quality forwards come in, and the top quality from day one. You've got to look at where we sign the likes of Torres, we sign Suarez. You see Costa doing the business at Chelsea. Today's a big day for him. He's got the talent, he's got the ability. I want to see him come in and basically set the Premier League alight and show that he's a world-class player. And the beauty of it, again, kind of like when we had Suarez and Sturridge, if you're a Spurs back line, who's your chief concern there?
Jordan Henderson.
Exactly. Exactly. Because you can't, literally, you're worrying about Sturridge, you're worrying about Balotelli. Balotelli will be worry number one for that backline, because he will, just surely on reputation alone, which will give Sturridge a little bit more room to operate. And look, Sterling is wonder kid extraordinaire at the moment, he's on fire. And then, so you manage to worry about all of them, fine. Yeah, Jordan Henderson.
See, there you go, sneaking in from behind, like, as he always does.
He said a lot last night ago.
Again, mate, yeah. But no, I think, to be honest with you, I think you're exactly right, because Sturridge and Balotelli will take a lot of the focus, but for me, Raheem Sterling's the one in this formation that's really going to sort of hopefully be a bit of a game changer, and I think that'll be down to the fact that the centre-backs and the defensive midfielders are worrying about these two. But let's focus a little bit on the defence at the moment. Obviously, it's a big game for Javier Manquillo, isn't it, Paul?
Yeah, let me just go quickly to Twitter, sorry, at Sterlinho says, because we had no sound for the first 15 minutes, you should stay live for the whole half, so we can see your reactions watching the game. That would actually be a decent idea. If you want to pay for bandwidth, by all means, go for it. Like, yeah, we'll be doing some more Twitter in a minute. But yeah, sorry, repeat the question for me.
Javier Manquillo, big game for him.
It is a very big game for him.
Thank you. Anyway, so Dejan Lovren and Sakho, first time paired together in the Premier League. Something that we don't normally like. We don't like changing our centre backs very often. Martin Skrtel's obviously injured, and we've got 2 left centre backs playing.
Sort of though, haven't we? Because I don't think Lovren, I'm not even sure Lovren actually is out and out left footed. I think he's...
No, I said left centre backs.
Yeah.
But Lovren's right footed, isn't
he? Yeah, but what I'm saying is, although he's a left centre back, I don't think, I always class you as a... I think if you what your foot is, basically, even though he might have done that for a good period of his career. So to say, I think he's more versatile than all that. I think we've said that when Lovren came in, I thought that was going to be our centre-back pair, and Skrtel's obviously carried a lot of favour over from his performances last season under Rodgers, and rightly deserved to keep his place. And I've been impressed by Lovren and Skrtel, despite a couple of little early sort of hiccups. I like them as a pairing, but I am fascinated to see Sakho, because I thought he had a fantastic World Cup. Yeah. He looked like the player we'd signed, rather than this kind of like, we just didn't see the best of him for Liverpool last season. So I think that's quite exciting. I think, as you say, the big worry is a lack of consistency in our back four, which we just didn't have. We had no consistency in our back four last season at all, and you look at the teams that had a lot of success were the ones who were able to keep that sort of steady back line.
But one of the things that I mentioned,
this could be it. This could be.
Well, that's it. I thought that this would be the back four at the end of the season, or sort of around the December period. We might start to see this. But I don't know whether we said it when we were muted or not. But I think one of the reasons that we've potentially gone 4-4-2 diamond is because I think Rodgers knows we've got problems in the defence, and as such has put a formation on the pitch that he thinks will score us some more goals.
Yeah, thank you, Declan Corrigan. It's a nice one. Sound is back. Thanks again.
So we had the sound, we lost the sound.
No, it's back. It's just back.
Oh right, it's back, baby.
Sound is back, baby.
So is the double decker.
Absolutely. Right, because I'm going to go back over to the set, and you're going to follow me in a second. We've done this once already, so this should be seamless this time around. So just.
So as we've said before, look, we mentioned that Sterling, Sturridge and Balotelli are all playing, but for me one of the things that I'm really pleased to see is actually that Joe Allen has started in left centre midfield. We'll actually touch on the substitutes a little bit now. We've got Brad Jones, Jose Enrique, Kolo Touré, Emre Can, Lazar Markovic, Ricky Lambert and Phil Coutinho. One thing that I'd like to take back to the panel now is, how do we all feel about Phil Coutinho's form so far this season?
Yeah, I think, as you said there, Chris, Phil Coutinho, if anyone deserves to be dropped, everyone said to me, is Balotelli coming in? Hello, mate.
Hello, buddy.
Welcome back. Everyone said,
hey, they've set it up the same way as us.
Yeah, Sky have gone for the same as us a minute ago. Basically, everyone said, is Balotelli starting? Who's he starting for? Phil Coutinho was always the obvious one there, because although he impressed big time in pre-season, Brendan Rodgers baked him up a lot about how he was going to be the brain of the team and all that. I don't think he's replicated that, and I think he's been targeted a lot more. I want to see him. I think the beauty of him there is that this is what having a squad's all about, isn't it? Because we can afford to say to Phil Coutinho, nah, sit down for this week. Not like last season when we had 4 best players and they had to start every game if we wanted to be at our best.
Well, that's it. I think you're exactly right, and I think Phil Coutinho has been targeted so far this season. And the teams that we've played have done a number on him, haven't they, John?
Yeah, he's been crowded out, hasn't he? And he's had no room to... In fact, the whole team have been crowded, certainly by City. Made very, very difficult to play the kind of passes that Sturridge would thrive on. So it'll be interesting today to see whether we get any more room, because they're going to play much higher up the pitch, aren't they, than City did.
Yeah, excellent. Well, kick-off's fast approaching, Jack. Score prediction?
I'll stick with the 3-1 I called the other day. Optimistic that we'll get a victory after Monday's.
I'm far most nervous about score predictions when it's live. It's alright. It's alright when it's like 4 days ago. Like you go, oh yeah, 5-0, no problem, piss it. Now it's literally kicking off. Yeah, a little bit edgier. Dan, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my 3-1 predictions as well.
What did you go with, Chris?
I went 3-1 as well, but I've put a bet on that Balotelli scores first and Liverpool win either 2-0 or 3-0 at 40-1, and I've thrown a fiver on it. So I'm hoping for a 2-0 or 3-0 with Balotelli scoring
I
first.
noticed Mario's gone up to 7-1 to be first goal scorer.
As he get your
I
bets in now. We're looking for a sponsor.
There you go. Right, anyway, thank you very much for watching. If those of you watched it all without sound for the first 15 minutes, you're clear legends. We're going to be back at half-time in this game.
With sound,
hopefully. So do tune in at half-time. Rather than watching Sky, tune in at half-time. Anyway, the game is underway. Enjoy, Reds.
Cannot believe
Cannot believe it.
Despite the sound issue, that was actually